Tonight we report on a new police officer in Soap Lake, and an author stops in Ephrata to discuss the mysteries of Bigfoot. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Thanks, Alan. Moses Lake softball opens league play tonight at Larson Field, and the Gonzaga women move on to the Sweet 16. Here's a glance at our Weather Center forecast.
Good to be with you, everybody. Gray skies and precipitation across the entire area. Improvement in the forecast. All the details in a few moments.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on I-Fiber-One News.
From the I-Fiber-One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is I-Fiber-One News. Your number one source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is I-Fiber-One News, and it starts now.
An Enumclaw man allegedly helped steal $5,855 worth of items from a Moses Lake home, including 4 guns, a TV, and cologne. Prosecutors charged Jacob Bohl, a 36-year-old man, in Grant County Superior Court with residential burglary, theft of a firearm, and theft in the first degree. Bohl reportedly admitted to going to the home in late April 2013 with a friend. They allegedly found the victim's door unlocked and entered the home and began taking items. They reportedly stole 4 guns, ammunition, a television, jewelry, clothing, and cologne. Bohl was arrested in Spokane after he allegedly used the victim's credit card at a gas station. ATVs and golf carts could soon be allowed on Soap Lake streets, but likely with some limitations. Reporter Jeff Chu has more on the proposal.
The wheels are in motion to allow all-terrain vehicles on Soap Lake city streets. Soap Lake City Council recently asked City Attorney Catherine Kennison to write up an off-road vehicle ordinance and bring it back to the council in the coming weeks. Such an ordinance could be modeled after the City of Ephrata's ordinance approved in October by the Ephrata City Council. It now allows ATVs on Ephrata's city streets. State law doesn't allow the vehicles to be driven on state highways. It does allow the vehicles to cross the highways. Soap Lake City Council members want to limit the places where people can cross the highway to its intersections with Main Avenue and 2nd Avenue Northeast. The council doesn't want alternative vehicles on Soap Lake's beaches. Soap Lake City Councilwoman Joanne Rushton urged the council to consider the ordinance, saying she was approached by a Soap Lake resident who wanted to use his ATV on city streets. Soap Lake City Councilwoman Kat Sanderson said she and other golfers wanted to equip their golf carts, which would allow them to ride around Soap Lake. I'm Jeff Chu for I-Fiber-One News.
Grant PUD is paying $10,000 to use about 5 acres of Port of Moses Lake land for a new transmission line. The Port Commissioners approved letting the utility use the land along the southwestern edge of the airport near State Route 17 Monday morning. The 8-mile-long transmission line will connect the Dover substation, located near Moses Lake, to the Rocky Ford substation, located near Rocky Ford Creek. The project is scheduled to begin in spring of 2016 and be completed in 2017. The project is estimated to cost $8 million. PUD spokesman Thomas Stredwick stated the cost is small compared to being able to provide reliable power to customers. Soap Lake has a new police officer. Sean Donnelly took the oath of office from Mayor Raymond Gravel during a recent city council meeting. Donnelly worked as a reserve police officer for the police department. Donnelly was a deputy with the Mason County Sheriff's Office from 1993 to 2005. He unsuccessfully ran for sheriff in Mason County in 2006. After losing the election, he left the agency. He met Soap Lake Director of Public Safety Glenn Quantz when the chief was a Marine Corps recruiter. And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
Short break. We'll be right back.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of these many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
Just when I thought the blizzard couldn't get any better, DQ put the blizzard inside a waffle cone. This is mind-blowing. So when DQ asked me how I would tell the world, I said... Sounds better in Italian.
Pretty impressive, Liz. Any blizzard, like confetti cake, now in a fresh-baked waffle cone. This is fan food, not fast food.
Good to be with you, everybody. I'm Ceci Gutierrez with your local weather report from the One News Weather Center. And it is brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer, Toyota. Let's go places. Let's begin with a quick look at your headlines across the area. And yes, gorgeous weather is in store for us, and overnight tonight we start to see that considerable improvement. Seasonable temperatures across the area, a bit of an unsettled bump on the road as we head into this Wednesday with a slight chance of showers. But overall, pretty fine weather. Temperatures topped out around the 60-degree mark in Ephrata this afternoon, not that far off from where we should be for this time of the year. A record high of 74 back in 1960 and the low 38. Sunset at around 7:16. And for Moses Lake, similar condition. Temperatures not that far off from average, and the sunset at 7:15. Conditions right outside your door. Pretty quiet weather, dry conditions, mid-50s with the wind out of the west at around 14 miles per hour. Now here's a quick look overnight tonight. We notice these heavy rains along the immediate coastline, along northwestern portions of Oregon. There's a warm front lifting northeast, and that's going to allow that warm air mass to filter into place and provide us with well above average temperatures during the next few days. Increasing cloud cover across the area, and we notice the precipitation in the form of snow and a mixed scenario in the northwest. That rain band will continue to push northeastward, and across our immediate region we could see a slight chance of this precipitation. But as we head into this Thursday afternoon, gorgeous weather with partly to mostly clear skies. The cloud cover confined along the border with Canada, but overall dry conditions expected to continue into rain throughout much of the extended forecast. Here's a quick look at what we are expecting for this Wednesday afternoon across the entire area. Showers and a potential for unsettled weather to continue along the northwest, along our immediate area. Conditions pretty quiet, and as we zoom in and take a quick look across the basin, we are definitely expecting for dry air mass to dominate, and the temperatures right around seasonable in the upper 50s. But those will come to an end as we head into Thursdays, and we'll be heading into the upper 60s and even some lower 70s Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend. Those warmer than average temperatures will continue throughout the rest of the forecast period. Some cloud cover from Saturday into Monday. Overall, gorgeous weather is expected during the next few days. Good to be with everybody. This segment brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer, Toyota. Let's go places. Be right back with sports.
Hi. Hi, I see here on my glasses that it's your sales event.
Yeah, we have low APR financing and some great lease offers. Check out the bold new Camry.
Wow, that's really nice. I gotta get a closer look. Wow, there's so much stuff.
Careful.
If I could just see where I was going.
Right now, you can lease a new 2015 Camry for $199 a month with $750 lease bonus cash. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan.
Now this is cool.
That's easy to see.
Toyota, let's go places.
Moses Lake softball opens league play against Eisenhower tonight. The team is coming off back-to-back Big 9 and district titles and 2 straight trips to state. I had a chance to catch up with Coach Dave Gregory, who expects the Chiefs to be in the thick of it in 2015.
Well, we're going for a three-peat of league and district. So the last 2 years we've won league and district. So we pretty much got the same team back. We got our pitching back, that's the main thing, and then we go from there. But yeah, we're excited. We got the Offensive Player of the Year back, Jasmine Jesse, who's going D1.
Jesse wields a huge bat for the Chiefs. She believes Moses Lake will tap into its strongest attributes and repeat as the top team in the region.
There's some great chemistry. We played all together last year, so we're going to do great this year. I think we're going to go pretty far in state as well. We have great pitchers, some great defense, and our lineup's looking pretty solid.
A couple of players to keep an eye out for this year, Jesse said, are the Chiefs' starting center fielder and ace of the pitching staff.
Tia Raddick is doing solid as our leadoff batter. She's going to do great things just like her sister. And Marnie, her pitching, well, both of our pitchers' pitching is great, and Marnie's hitting as well.
Jesse has been the biggest offensive contributor on the team the past 3 seasons. She will look to continue her success on the diamond at the D1 collegiate level for Stetson University next year. Skinner burst on the scene as a sophomore last season and proved to be a real find for the Chiefs. She likes the way the team is shaping up and says the key to success this year is balance.
We have a really strong offense and we have really strong defense at the same time, so we're very well-rounded, I think.
Skinner has a number of pitches in her arsenal, but says her best pitch just might be untouchable.
I think my favorite pitch is probably my rise ball, because nobody can touch it.
We'll see just how effective it is against the Cadets tonight.
A true Cinderella story is taking place in Spokane. The 11th seeded Lady Zags have reached the Sweet 16. The Zags upset 3rd seeded Oregon State in Corvallis on Sunday to reach its 4th NCAA regional semifinal in program history. Zaga will now face Tennessee in Spokane on Saturday with a trip to the Elite 8 on the line. This is the first time both the men and women's programs have reached the Sweet 16 in the same season. It's the men's first trip back to the Final 16 since 2009. The women last made it to the Sweet 16 in 2011. The GU men face off against UCLA in Houston Friday. The Seahawks have received the league maximum for 4 compensatory draft picks. The picks were officially announced at the league meetings in Phoenix. The Hawks added a pick in the 4th round, the 5th round, and 2 in the 6th. That gives Seattle 11 picks overall in the 2015 draft. Seattle received draft picks after losing 4 unrestricted free agents. Those free agents were Golden Tate, Brandon Browner, Clint McDonald, and Breno Giacomani. The Hawks didn't sign any unrestricted free agents in 2014 that merited compensation back. The Broncos and Chiefs also got the maximum number of 4 picks back. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Kono. I am your local Ephrata Farmers Insurance Agent. Here at Cheryl Kono Insurance Agency, our customers always come first. We don't just work here, we live here. Please stop by the office, call, email, or Facebook me for a free auto, home, life, business, or farm and ranch quote today. We are insurance. We are farmers. Come in for a free quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our spotlight story tonight is about an author and his book on the mysteries of Bigfoot. Author Russell Accord paid a visit to Ephrata recently to share his story. Reporter Jeff Chu has the details.
A Bigfoot story and its author recently took center stage at Ephrata's Columbia Ridge Elementary School. About 200 3rd and 4th grade students listened to author Russell Accord, who came to the school from his home in Montana to talk about his new fiction book, Footprints of a Legend. The book is one of a series of 3 stories about an unwilling captive who is submerged in the wild and secretive world of the legendary Sasquatch creature. The story, which reveals mysteries of Bigfoot's world, is set in the Bitterroot Mountains of Montana. Accord shared his thoughts on Bigfoot's existence.
I believe in the possibility. I have not seen anything that just tells me. I believe that there's a lot out there that we've never seen. But the big scare is if they ever do catch one, I'm going to have to reevaluate my book because I've described him the way I want him.
Accord hopes his book makes it beyond the printed page.
In my opinion, I think this would make a great movie.
Accord's old school friend and longtime Ephrata resident Bert Jensen invited Accord to the school. Jensen's wife Darcy, a Columbia Ridge teacher, made the arrangements for the assembly. Bert Jensen explained why he thought it was a good idea to let students see and hear Accord talk about writing.
We went to the same school over in Arlee and just knew he was an author. Went to school in Ellensburg and got reacquainted with him, and then he's been working over in Quincy, so thought it would be fun for the boys to see a manly man author.
Darcy Jensen, who teaches 4th grade at the school, made the arrangements to bring Russell Accord to the school.
We were having a discussion in my classroom, and I had several boys that were really interested in Bigfoot and Sasquatch, and so I happened to go home and mention it to my husband, and he said, well, let's get a hold of Russ.
She said part of the idea was to entice students, especially boys, to write and read more.
We see a lot of women authors, but we don't see a whole lot of men authors, and a lot of times our boys just aren't as interested in writing, and so we felt like this was a good opportunity for our boys to see that men actually write as well.
Accord said before he set out to write fiction, he sought out to find all the information he could on Bigfoot.
I did a lot of research on it because I had an interest in it. Everything that I ever heard about Bigfoot was consistent. Number one, hairy, smelly, big feet, bad manners, elusive, and I've never seen I've never seen a footprint or anything on my own. But taking that format and being able to take all the consistencies of the stories that I've heard and create my own character and build this story based around that.
After his talk, students lined up to buy Accord's book and have him sign it. I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
We'll be right back after this.
Have you been to iFiber1.com? The most up-to-date news in the Columbia Basin is just one click away. With news, sports, and weather, you can stay in the know with what's going on in your community. Read your news on the go by visiting iFiber1.com on your tablet or even your phone. Follow us on Facebook for quick updates and discuss the news with others in our area. Your number one news source in the Columbia Basin is iFiber1.com. Check it out today. What's white and yellow and red all over? If you said the local book telephone directory, the one with the purple sunset on the cover, then you're right. In print and online at statewideyp.com, it features up-to-date local maps, community information, and a calendar of events. With a restaurant dining guide with full local menus and a reverse directory, you're sure to find the number you're looking for. It's the best way to get the information you need. Pick up a copy of the local book today or visit statewideyp.com.
Welcome back. A Wilson Creek man is serving more than a year in prison after he broke into a home and molested a girl. Robert Rabideau, a 66-year-old man, pleaded guilty in Grant County Superior Court to assault of a child in the 3rd degree with a sexual motivation. Grant County Superior Court Judge Evan Spurline sentenced Rabideau to a year and 3 months in prison. Chief Deputy Prosecutor Alan White stated the victim's family wanted Rabideau punished with a prison sentence, but had concerns about the child testifying during a trial. Rabideau went to his neighbor's home while the victim was in bed. He stood outside the victim's bedroom window and convinced her to open it. He entered the home and carried the girl outside and molested the victim in a nearby garage. The victim's grandmother found the girl outside and later found Rabideau and ordered him off the property. Rabideau later admitted to family members what he did. The remaining garbage drop boxes in Grant County are staying open for at least another year. The Grant County Commissioners decided not to close the boxes in Mattawa and Coulee City. The boxes were scheduled to stop operating later in the year. The cost to use the boxes is remaining the same. The hours of operation are being reduced for the Mattawa drop box to 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. The change starts on May 1st. The commissioners decided in 2013 to close the 7 garbage drop boxes after they lost money for several years. The money lost by the drop boxes is paid by people using the landfill, including people with curbside garbage collection. The 2 remaining drop boxes are the most heavily used and drew the most support from people who wanted to keep them open and only lost $10,000 last year. Officials are examining ways to make the system self-sufficient. A concession stand is expected to open on Soap Lake's Smokeyam Beach this summer. The Soap Lake City Council recently approved a concession agreement with Anne Greenhaw. The concessionaire formerly operated Steamboat Rock State Park concession stand in Electric City. The concession stand has been closed 2 years because the city hasn't found someone to operate it. Greenhaw is expected to provide the city with a list of the items she will have available. The city is charging a 5% annual fee from Greenhaw's food sales. In Northwest news, marijuana use is legal in Oregon, but blowing pot smoke in a child's face is not. 22-year-old Christopher Kling is facing several felony charges after someone showed police a video of him taking a hit from a pipe and blowing marijuana smoke into his 1-year-old's mouth. Police say Kling admitted to smoking pot and blowing it in the child's mouth. He is currently booked in jail. A community is shaken after an attempted kidnapping. Police say a 34-year-old man tried to grab 2 children on church grounds with their parents nearby. Reporter Claire Doan spoke with witnesses about the struggle to stop him.
He grabbed 2 children and started trying to run away with them.
The attempted kidnapping happened Saturday at the Calvary Christian Center on Del Paso Boulevard. Families gathered in this area to eat lunch after choir practice.
A lady, one of the sisters, comes in yelling and crying and screaming, "They try to take my kids, see, they try to take my kids."
Police say Paul Nelson grabbed a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old and tried to run away with them. Fred Gee was one of the men who stopped Nelson before police arrived.
Once he got away, we ran after him. We went over here to this other area in the parking lot. Kendrick was able to then tackle the guy, and I got the bottom half of the guy.
Witnesses say Nelson seemed to be under some sort of influence.
Describe his demeanor, Frank.
How can I say crazy? Basically, it was just that. When I saw him holding the 2 children, his eyes were kind of rolling back in the back of his head.
The deacon at this church says he knows Nelson, who is a single father.
He went through a new membership class here, but he's not a molester. He's not any of that, whatever they're making him out to be, you know. And I mean, he's a good guy. He's got a good heart.
Regardless, the foiled kidnapping has made families who attend service here afraid.
It's scary just to know that, you know, coming from the church and then for someone to be out there that way.
It's just scary. I've been living in this neighborhood all my life, and I just can't believe that somebody would do this to our church.
And that's going to do it for us here at I-501 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.